It's Friday Night Live! Don't bother going out. To say hello. Yeah, don't go out, just stay in. Watch us on Friday Night Live. We've got loads and loads for you because price drops. I've got loads of stuff underneath here. We're going to be giving away stuff. You can win your baskets. Lots and lots of things. We're going to see some of your photographs as well. And as always, if you've got any questions, please message in. Craig is here. I'm here. The crew is all here. So we've got Johnny and we've got George and we've got Jamie in the gallery. So it's a full gallery. Oh, Jake's outside. Yeah, I've forgotten about Jake. How very rude. So hello to everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic day. I hope you have a fantastic weekend planned. We've got lots and lots of exciting things for you. Obviously, we've been talking all today about the pick of the week or the pick of the week. The original one has sold out, so we haven't got a final deal. So basically, you're getting all the dies, but you're getting a different type of Centura Pearl card in there, and we'll show you that in just a moment. We'll say a few hellos before we get started. We have got... no, I'm not going to speak to Craig. I'm not going to speak to Craig yet. You have to wait. Well, he was mean last show. You mean most shows to me. Sorry, it's true. I mean, duh.
That's how I show love.
That's what?
In fact, that's how I show love. You know, like in, in a school playground.
Yeah.
You know, if the boy doesn't like the girl,
so
like he fancies her.
Is that what you're missing on TV?
It's not necessarily that I fancy it. It's just obviously that's my way of
no. I'm sorry. Let's backtrack then. Craig loves me. Craig loves me.
Craig and Becky in a tree. Kissing. First comes marriage, second go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's not sing any more songs. Whew. Anyway, but Craig, hello. Last show of the day.
Oh my God, did you actually cut to that? I thought they're not going to cut to that. That's too risky for 5 on a Friday evening. No.
Oh dear, Craig. Craig, I'm going tomorrow. Craig, what have you? You've got lots of bits and pieces.
I've got a red face. That's what I've got now. Yeah. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to kickstart Friday Night Live with, of course, our brand new pick of the week. It's been incredibly busy. Thank you so much for all the love of both myself and Becky being back together with that pick of the week and showcasing the deal as well as everything that you can do with it. Let's let's show you a few things of what I've done earlier on. But in this one here, I showed you the concept. Let me actually get the actual samples, because what I wanted to do with this pick of the week show earlier on today, Becky, was not necessarily do full-on demonstrations. I'd taken inspiration from our design team. So that was the finished sample that we've got that Julia had done. So what I'd done within the show is I showed you how you can start to build and create your scene. You can then decorate, of course, yourself. Then, of course, you could use them as simple toppers if you want to. So within that one there, I've taken inspiration from that one, and then I showed you how you can simply start to build, offset, use your pens, your white gel pens. This one here, that you can see there, that one, I had taken inspiration from this one here that Leslie had done. So once again, you can replicate it by going back and watching the shows earlier on. You can do all the mats and layers and the decoration, that's up to you. But what I've done is start to show you how you can then start to create that scene, that theme, within not just your toppers, not just your diorama cards, but within that framework that you're able to do as well. We had a little bit of a cut and a colour and a play as well that you can go back. But when we come back, the first demonstration we're going to do, kickstarting Friday Night Live with another look within this brand new pick of the week before, of course, we look at everything else that's on the show.
Fantastic. So while we get ready, I'll say a few hellos. Jen, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. Hello. Lynn says good morning. I can't talk today. Good afternoon, Becky, Craig, and CTV Jan and all the new team from Newcastle. Linda says good morning, everyone from Maryland. Kendall says hello from Minnesota. Jane is saying good morning, everyone from a very hot Las Vegas. It's going to be a scorcher today. And Louise says hello, everyone. And Kendall says, sorry, hello. When when you're using the phone and then it just suddenly spins up because a few more messages come in and you're just like, oh, where's that gone? Kendall says, I will be receiving my Life Moments showstopper today and I'll be able to make the graduation card I've been planning on since Friday. I've planned on Friday being my cast will come off. That's good. So you could be starting to do, you know, some exercises with your hands. You have to sort of warm up. If you've had a cast, you've got to sort of build up those muscles, don't you? Yeah. Those squeezy things are quite good when you've got...
Yeah, they're nice and relaxing, aren't they?
What, the squeezy things?
The squeezy thing, yeah. The squeezy thing.
They're supposed to be quite good.
Is it the stress toys or something? Yeah?
Yeah.
Need a lot of them after today.
So Carver's here, Bethan's here, and Love to Create says hello as well. So hello to you all. As I mentioned earlier on, it was International Potato Day. I've got some potato jokes.
Well, have you?
I have. But there's one and I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed to say it 'cause it's a bit rude. Shall I just say it anyway?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You might not be back for another 6 months, but you know what, give it a shot.
Maybe that's why. Actually, maybe I should look back to the show I did 6 months ago. Did I say something wrong?
Maybe.
And that's why I've not been here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bringing her back.
I met a girl that owned 3 French fry factories. I was impressed, but to her it was just small potatoes. What do you get when you put an elephant and a load of potatoes together?
I don't know.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Why didn't the mother potato want her daughter to marry the famous newscaster?
I don't know.
Because he was a commentator.
Oh, that was a good one. That just dropped there. That's good.
And then finally, what's the difference between pea soup and mashed potatoes?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the difference between pea soup and mashed potatoes?
I don't know.
Anyone can mash potatoes, but not everyone can. I didn't have to say it. That's a sum in all of my jokes, I'm afraid. But there you go. It is a Friday after all. Right, now this is our pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
This is a fabulous deal. So if you haven't already seen this today, you missed out on the original showstopper, but that doesn't matter because we've got another alternative showstopper for you. So what you're going to be getting is a whole selection of these everyday scene dies. So this first one is your, I can't read it, but it's something to do with fairy tales. Fairy garden. This one is your fairground. You've got... Are you gazing adoringly at me?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm just simply just having a little seat ready for me to come and demo. So I don't
This next one is, I don't know, some Gates. Ryan Gates, Ryan Giggs, I don't know, Gates. Gareth Gates, that's what they are. Gareth Gates.
What did you have for your tea?
I had a cup of tea. That's what it is. It's my first cup of tea I've had all day.
Okay.
I've obviously gone, woo. This one is your summer blessings. You've got this beautiful church with all of these trees. This is why I'm only allowed here once every 6 months. This one is your lighthouse, which is the most popular one, buying them on your own. And then you've got the Under the Sea. And you're also going to be getting in the showstopper some red Centura pearls. So this is the Christmas red. You're going to be getting a selection of your Colorista coloured pencils, and you're also going to be getting a tote bag. And if you watched an earlier show, you will see that I have a very unusual way of using a tote bag. These items are available separately, but it offers the best value for money to buy them as a showstopper. And that is particularly the case if you're in the US, because this will be a tariff-free selection. So the price for this is £49.99 or $66.99. Platinum price is $39.99 or $53.59. I need to have a little sit down, Craig.
You have a sit down?
Over to you.
I shall take over then. Let's have a little bit of a play. What we're going to do is, let's actually have a look. Let's bring 2 together, because I've not shown you that as of yet, because you can absolutely start to mix it. You can do 3 together if you want to. Have that bit of a play. It's entirely up to yourself. These are yours when you get them home, so you do what you want with them.
You don't have to give them back?
No.
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 Wow.
As long as you paid for them.
Right.
As long as you paid for them.
Yeah.
Then they're yours. You don't have to give them back. Your summer blessings, and then you've also got your tranquil garden here. These ones are giving you the wrought iron gates. So I'm really, I say I'm crossing over, I'm really just wanting the raw iron gates for this. And we're going to go tone on tone. We're going to go with that white work, bringing in a little bit of blue. So I've got some of our white cardstock. I've cut it to 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and let's go in with our ocean blue. This is our water reactive, and this is our white card. It's not watercolour card, simply because I want that smooth card, but I'm not going to be doing any water-based techniques. So it's just our white smooth cardstock. If you got Keith's cardstock on Wednesday, when he was in with myself, so that bundle where you got the 160 GSM, 250 GSM and the 350 GSM, you'll be able to use that to do your blending on, your colouring on, your card blanks, your die cuts. So if you've got that one, great. If not, then our white cardstock, you could be using our white cardstock. But I'm using the blending brushes here. You always see me using the blending tool. It's always my go-to, but lately I really have been kind of opting for the blending brushes. So let's just go in, and I'm not worried about the bottom here, and you'll see why, because we'll actually be covering some of this. So I'm going
I want to see the sky, that colour at the moment.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, it's been so grey lately, hasn't it? It's very nice weather up here in comparison to the way it was in London.
Even in London, because London, you seem to always get the nice weather.
No, not today. No, not today.
Not today. Yeah, it's every time whether you put in the news or something's live from London, it's like, oh my gosh, they're getting cracking weather, aren't they?
So my daughter ran the marathon.
Did she?
She did. She did quite. She did very well. And the weather was absolutely glorious. But my goodness, I was really baking hot, and I was, you know, normally people sort of tear off a sheet from the kitchen roll rather than rub something with the whole.
So, yeah, sorry, I was just thought, you know, instead of actually going into the pack and taking a wet wipe out, I'll just go in with the kitchen roll and just give that a wipe.
I've never seen anyone use kitchen roll like that before.
What's that saying? From caution to the wind. Yeah, just go for it. Let's go. It's Friday night. Live life on the edge.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was baking doing the marathon, and I think the people running must have been so hot. I was just as a spectator. I was really hot and quite tired.
You were tired.
Yeah.
Your poor daughter. What was your daughter's name?
Ellis.
She's done all that running,
Yeah.
and her mum is the one that's tired,
Yeah.
standing watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard work.
Do you know what? Well, I take my hat off to her. Not that I wear one, but the fact that it's been able to do that, because I genuinely couldn't.
Well, I've signed up for it to do it next year.
Have you?
And I am not a runner. I mean, as you can tell, I am built for lying on sofas and stopping them from floating away. I am not built for running, but I thought actually everyone else is doing it. I should do it myself. And what a challenge to do next year. Probably
I
won't be
don't
able to
follow
walk.
herds. I don't follow herds.
Do you not?
I'm not. No. Just because everyone's doing the marathon, I'm not doing it.
Well, I think I just think it'd be quite nice to be part of something that on that kind of scale.
Plenty of other things you could be part of.
Like what? I am going to do it for charity.
That's different then.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it for charity.
If you were doing it just out of pure, utter pleasure, I'd think you're absolutely bonkers.
I'm sorry. What pleasure does anyone get from running that far? It's a running high. Yeah.
Really?
I don't think that's going to be quite as good as a high I get
No.
from eating chocolate. I have to be honest with you. I mean,
Well, I will sponsor you.
I would quite like to do, I've always wanted to do the London to Paris bike ride.
Oh, you
but
would, wouldn't
in 24 hours.
you? You would like to go that one step further, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, in 24 hours. But I can't find, I need a crew of 4 people to come with me to do it.
You know, if I've been to Ibiza, you've been to Morbitha.
I've been where?
If I've been to Ibiza, you've been to Morbitha.
No, I haven't. That's so rude. I've not like that at all.
You're not like that at all.
But yeah. I wish the viewers can hear what the,
I
the
know.
absolute ribbing I
Becky's
get.
not going to want to come back.
Yeah. It's lovely to see you all, but I don't think I'll be coming back. No.
So I'm coming back, but only when Robinson and Fisher's here. I'm not coming back with that guy.
Let's have a look. What messages have we got in here? Stephen Nicole says, good evening. Cindy Thompson says, I love Friday Night Live. Ask this question for Sarah says, I love the jokes. I need to come back. I've been missed. And Lynn says, I need to sit down. I spent an hour fighting with a craft trolley. Who won?
Oh, who won?
Was it televised? Was it like the Eubank fight. Let us know. Yeah, who won? Want to see the pictures of that. Oh dear, Beth says, good morning from North Dakota. A good day to stay in and watch Friday Night Live and craft. The smoke from the Canadian wildfires is making its way to us.
Oh no.
Well, that's a bit scary. I hope everyone's all right. That's never a nice thing to hear, something like that, is it?
One of the only things, you know, obviously I know you guys stateside, you can get your fires or wildfire even when it's not been warm weather, but certainly that is the thing when you start to hit that warm weather. I know we've started to have a few, not to the extent of you guys, of course, stateside, but, you know, you're starting to get them. So, yeah, I hope everyone is okay, stay safe, and will stay safe, because it's not nice. See, when you see things like that on the news, Becky, across the pond here, of what you guys can go through, it's gut-wrenching, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. Really
and
is.
I think any kind of sort of extreme weather. So there's a few videos that friends have sent me that lived in Texas. You know, I think there was one where the woman baked bread in her mailbox because it was so hot in Texas.
That
yeah,
hot?
that hot. And that kind of thing, we just find, because everything, I mean, whilst occasionally it's really hot and occasionally it's really cold, it's generally fairly, average in the UK, isn't it? You do get extremes. But when you hear things like that, you think, my goodness, how do you sort of continue with your normal everyday bits and pieces when going to the mailbox is like putting your hand in an oven? You know,
because you think that obviously, if that's the case, then you can't walk on the ground, can you?
No,
you can't do anything like that. You know, you genuinely do not think of all of that when all that happens.
Lynn Morton says, do you have to run when you do the marathon? You've got to do the marathon within 8 hours, I think. So, yeah, I think you do have to... I mean, it was really exciting being there. And it's an amazing thing watching these people do these incredible runs. And some people you see who are, look like they're absolutely fine. Look, they've just gone down to the shop to go and collect the papers. And there are other people doing it who look like they've been through hell and back. And it's incredible that people do that. And I thought, I want to give it a whirl. I want to be able to say I did it once.
I would like to be able to get into the thought of running. Yeah. And it's exactly what I was just about to say there that Johnny's just said to us there. Obviously, Ben go running in the morning, and it's something that I would like to do, and I can't say I've had any intention of going running. I do obviously sometimes have the intention, right, let's get up early, let's go for a walk, or let's do, and that's no chance. Yeah. No chance. Well, that alarm goes off.
Because Ben does a lot of these park runs, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
And that's actually Ben made me put it on my list for my 50th that I would do a park run with him. But I haven't actually, I haven't even got any trainers yet. So apart from the ones that I wear with dresses. And apparently you can't wear dresses and run at the same time train for a marathon. We'll see.
Go fancy dress or something.
I'd like to do that. Actually, there was a drag queen that ran the marathon in heels. Well, I think she was in heels anyway. But I did see her, and that was amazing. It was really, it's really incredible what people do. But I think lots of people get bitten by the bug, don't they? And then suddenly they start doing these ultra marathons when they're running, 16 marathons in 4 days or something like that. Yeah. That's never going to be me. I think eating marathons or Snickers bars I can do. eating 25 and a half marathon bars in a day. There's my challenge. That's my marathon challenge.
Yeah, I'll just watch them on the TV. watch them on the TV and eat the marathons at the same time. That's me taking part. Sponsor me to do that. Let's do that. I'm happy enough with that. So all that was just doing here, there, it's just having a selection of die cuts that was doing. This is just a piece of our Centura Pearl, hint of silver. I'm just going to move these bits. So if I bring in this little card, so I was conscious, of course, the toppers, the dioramas and that, but it's a little 4x6 card, and a little bit Centura Pearl. That's the baby blue from the pastel Centura Pearl. And for this one, the reason you'll maybe notice that I had it quite long is so that I can trim it to the size that I want. So if I want to come down to round about, let's say for instance, there, I can do that. And then what I'm also then going to do is if I'll maybe come down just that little bit more, there we go. And then all that I'm going to do is if I take There we've got my pencil still here. Just going to do that pencil line at the bottom, just so that I know how much I'm going to take off. I've done that on the back, so you're not going to see that pencil line if there's any little bits remaining. And then I've got my layer, which is then going to sit over the top there. So I'm happy with that. So let's stick that down before we start to build up with things such as the wrought iron gates. Let's go in here.
That image sort of makes me think of like a skyline, city skylines. Wouldn't that be lovely if you had these
That's true,
the city skylines ones, so you can have all the different, key
Yeah.
cities with their iconic buildings?
I've never actually, thought of seeing it like that. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go off the edge with this one here. So we're going to go in with the trees, like so. So before I stick that one down, let's just go into the side, like so, there. Press that down, hold that. What I need to do is, of course, because I should have done that beforehand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be careful and just add my dots there. It's not ideal bending it back, but I never thought of this bit beforehand. So let's add.
Do you have a particular sport that you like, apart from, I know you like watching the wrestling, but is there a sport that do you wrestle yourself?
No, I don't. No,
You don't?
no. Well, depends on what you mean by what wrestling. I've always wanted to referee
Referee what?
a wrestling match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As I was growing up, I never wanted to be a WWE wrestler. I wanted to be a referee.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wanted to be the referee. I was too scrawny to be a wrestler.
You've got different categories though, don't you? You're quite
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, but they've all got, at least nowadays anyway, they've all got some form of muscle. You know what I mean? And athletic, which I'm not, as we have established. Whereas I've always fancied being the referee, doing the count. But no, I've never actually. Do you know what it is as well? In all seriousness as well, I think with having my Crohn's as well and everything going on with my stomach, I think if I didn't have my Crohn's and I was into the wrestling still, and I say that because obviously I was watching the wrestling a lot while in hospital, so it's that whole sliding doors, isn't it? With your life, one thing happens which then determines another.
Yeah.
So would I still be watching the wrestling if I didn't have my Crohn's? That sort of thing.
Would you be
know.
crafting? Because that's where you started crafting, wasn't it?
That is the other thing. And actually, it's a good one to point out there, Becky, because I know lately we've had a lot of new viewers. And touching upon what you were saying there, I was off ill from high school one day. It was a Tuesday, and it was when Don Bibby in the UK was on QVC. It was a Tuesday afternoon. And that one day was the one day that I was really unwell, and I didn't go to school. And she'd done 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I just caught the end of it. I was channel surfing, just caught the end of it.
Yeah.
And we always have a laugh and a joke because it was always the case of, it got to the end, I was channel surfing, and here was this blonde lady making stuff. Because I was always creative.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's that? Right at the end, she says, join, I'll be back next week, 2 o'clock next Tuesday. So I tuned in then, and at that point, of course, I didn't have like a credit card or a bank card or that.
How old were you?
I would have been 12 or 13.
Right.
Yeah. So therefore, I'd seen 2 things, the Forever Friends decoupage kit and Sticks to Adhesive kit, which is why I'm a big fan of Sticks to, which I just threw in Gateshead there. And that was my very 2 first purchases that Mum had to purchase for me. I did give her the money, but she purchased it for me. And that's it, here today. So if I wasn't off school that day sick, or even let's just say, Becky, I don't know, I went to make a drink, and that like 1 minute 30 of the end of the show that I caught, if the doorbell had gone, if I'd gone to make a drink, if I'd gone to the toilet, whatever it was, if I had just missed out on that 1 minute 30, would I have seen Bibby on QVC, and would I then continue to do what I'm doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy the way that, crazy in a good way, the way that life can pan out.
Yeah. And I suppose, when you think of illness, we automatically think of it as being a bad thing, and it is a difficult thing. But, if you look at the silver lining in things, and out of bad things rise up from the ashes, don't they? After bad things come good things.
Well, that's it. And, and it's one thing, a lot of people, if we ever get deep in conversation and they say, oh gosh, if there's one thing in life you could wish for, I bet, Craig, you would wish that you didn't have your Crohn's. Now, don't get me wrong, it ain't nice at time, but it's led me to where I am today.
And makes you who you are.
It's led me to the person that I am today. So it's one of those that it might be strong and saying, well, no, I would still want my Crohn's, of course not. But on the other hand, would I change it? I don't know, because this is my life. I'm used to it. I live it. I don't know life any different. So therefore, I'm where I am potentially because of it. So yeah, it's just when when you start to go down that rabbit hole of thinking, it can be quite fascinating, really quite fascinating.
No, it's an impressive.
That was gosh, that was a little bit deep on there for a Friday, wasn't it? Oh.
From pea soup to motivational talks.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. What you get. Right, let's do another couple of cuts. This time what I'm going to do with the gates, Becky, is let's do them in white smooth cardstock, because we've gone in off the edge with the trees there.
Yeah.
But then what we could do is we can go to the foreground as well if you want to, into here, follow along that line. We could go over the edge at the side here if we want to. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to offset that when it comes to the tree, but let's pop that on a foam pad. So we can pop that one there. And this is where you're going to get lost playing with this set here. You really, really are, because you're going to go and do one thing, and then what's going to happen is then you're going to then think of something else, or what if it looks like this, and you change it that way, and it's just one of those that are just going to keep giving you lots and lots of ideas because you're building and you're setting up your scene.
Yeah, Lynn Morton says, Craig, your life could have been very different. I think, like you said, that whole sliding doors things, we've all got opportunities, and it's just how you how you build on those. Lots of people liking what you're doing as well, and what you've done throughout the day. Marie says, hi Becky and Craig and the team, enjoying the show today, feeling inspired for crafting over the weekend now. Well, that's good. I think we all get to a point where you sort of run out of inspiration. It's nice when someone sort of gets you excited about making things again.
That's it. And I think as well, and me and Debbie have talked about this quite a lot lately as well, as much as, certainly when it comes to launches, we want to always come with specific things prepped. And we'll always do that, that'll never change. Sometimes it doesn't happen like today, and therefore it's a good thing in the fact of, because you guys like to see our thought process. If we come with prep packs that we've prepped at home, you guys don't necessarily see our thought process. Whereas when we do it, as I have done today, you get to see me try it, move it, don't like it. Let's put this one. Why do I put it in? Why have I moved it? So I know that's because you guys do say that a lot to us, that it is beneficial for you to see that process in action. So let's go in here.
I think it's, I remember somebody ages ago on Facebook saying, I'm really struggling to create a card. It takes me such a long time to work out how to put something together. Unless I copy something I've already seen, I find it really, really hard. It takes me hours. And then, and obviously, people only see we've already spent days thinking about what we're going to make and how we're going to make it and playing about with it and making the mistakes. And then we come on air and show you what we've done. But it takes us just as long to come up with the ideas.
It does.
Really, and I think they all, even just trying things out and they don't work, then that is a benefit, isn't it? Because you learn something from that.
Yeah, it does. It does happen to us. We've mentioned it a lot lately, funny enough, you saying that, Becky, because people do think that we just come on and that's it. Oh, I wish I could make cards as quick and as beautiful as you do. Well, appreciate the fact that you like the cards. However, what's happening is it can take us ages for us to actually be happy with where we are with them. Do you know what? So the little fence that's going here. So going white on white, tone on tone with this one, adding that little bit of a difference between Centura Pearl, but then also the white matte cardstock. So that breaks that layer. So this one, I'm going to go in with the picket fence there at that side. And you can then keep it travelling if you want. I'm just going to go at the left and the right here.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
From Genesis. Does the embossing detail stay the same when you fill the die cut, or we turn the die cut over to make the full gateway? I suppose not.
So, yeah, look, elephant in the room. I know when it comes to that, flipping the die,
Yeah.
it's not always got the smoothest edge to it. We know that, and we fed that back to the team. What you can do though, if you want to, if you are a little bit unhappy, so this is actually the true side. So this is the Centura Peril side. However, Becky, because I've had to flip it over,
Yeah.
it's not actually got that nice smoothness edge to it. And I'm not going to beat around the bush because you guys notice it as well as me and the two Debbies. But what you can do is, if you're careful, you can take a bone folder or a ball tool, Becky, and then you can just start to then flatten and smooth out the edges.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that you can do, run it through with your embossing mat with your Gemini.
Right.
So just pretend you're going to be embossing one of your die cuts, but instead of a die in there, you're just putting that reverse side die cut, and then that'll help to flatten it
Okay,
as
that's
well.
good to know.
So you've got that option if you want.
We were talking earlier on about seagulls.
Yeah.
And I've got a really good video that I'm just going to... Can I send that through to the studio? No.
Yeah, just show it on your phone.
I can't show it on my phone.
Okay.
I can't find it
Okay.
now. But it was quite an amusing video of a seagull. Sounds like a joke. Seagull and a crow fighting, and then a fox just jumps out of the foliage and starts joining in. And who wins?
Okay.
I mean, they're all quite big. You know, you sort of forget how big a seagull's. You know, like you were saying, are quite sizable. And I think, in fact, the ones that we've got in that die, they almost look like albatross. They're enormous, aren't they? They're really, really big. Steve and Nicole, does Becky like Yum Yums? Is it cake? Yes, I like it.
Oh, the Yum Yum talk.
I know what
The Yum Yum talk.
That is lovely.
Look at that. Now, of course, Becky, you could still continue to keep building. You've got the grass that could go in the bottom. You could sketch in your little paths in there as well if you want to. You know, that would be great for a winter wedding at Christmas time if you want to. Or, of course, summer, autumn, winter, does not matter. But, yeah, that's just cross-pollinating a couple of the die sets with the brand new launch today.
That is brilliant. Really, really like that. And I do like the same tone that you've got on there.
Yeah.
Right. We've got a game. Let's go.
Here we go.
We've got the crafty locations. Now, I'm on Facebook.
Yes.
Well, I'm Becky, but that's Craig and he's YouTube. I'm sorry for everyone on Facebook because I'm not going to win this. So we've got 5 locations. We have to identify the location and also the craft expert. It's a hidden expert. Oh, it could be 1 or could be 2.
Okay.
Interesting. And it says a point per expert and a point per location. Okay. Lovely. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I am ready. Yes. I don't want to get too sure of myself.
Look at that view.
In 3 weeks' time, that will literally be me in place of said person.
I think if you're in that place, you'll be stumping on all of the buildings. Right, 1, 2, 3.
New York, and it's Leanne.
Yep.
Leanne
Yay!
Zilla. Leanne Zilla. She's away seeing Robbie tonight, isn't she?
What, yeah. Robbie who? Robbie Coltrane? Robbie Williams?
Robbie Williams.
What on earth? Oh, okay, I can see what that is now. It was the angle looked a bit weird.
It's like Where's Wally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, don't do that to me, Johnny. Now I'm doubting myself.
Isn't that pretty? what's the point of going? Because you can see the rest of the city that's in. So if you want to go to the very top. Right. Up. Is everyone getting it right? Is everyone playing around? Playing around. So is everyone playing along at home? Oh dear. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, ready?
Paris, Eiffel Tower, Robinson.
Oh, look at that. Excellent. Well done, everyone, if you got the right. Okay. Ready for the next one.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
It looks like a little bit of a montage in a film, you know, like in Greece.
Yeah.
You know, where she's by the paddling pool and she's singing that song. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Right, ready?
I'm ready. So I've put Italy, Ben. I thought Amsterdam.
I'm going by the bikes.
Oh.
If I win, what do I get?
You get acknowledgement.
I get to come back in 6 months' time.
I can get to acknowledge you.
Right, okay, next one. Ah.
Oh. use that photo again. I hate that photo of me.
It doesn't look like you.
It doesn't.
No. I've never been to that place, if it's the place that I think it is.
I do. I look like I've got an extra long jaw, don't I?
You do. Yep. Okay, ready?
Yep.
I've got Venice.
I put Italy again. Oh! Didn't know there was two there. I was too busy concentrating
You were so
on
excited to see yourself.
that photo of myself that I hate.
Okay, last one for the round.
Oh, do 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 do. Or it could be the beginning of this morning, eh? Do, 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 do,
I do work over there, yeah. My other job is right over there, yeah.
That's Becky's house.
I live in the Gherkin, yeah.
I'm just making sure if there is one or more.
Actually, there is a flat in Tower Bridge.
Is there?
Yeah, there is, yeah. Who was I talking to? I think there's a flat, but there's also a private hire venue, so you can have a birthday party there. We all done?
We're done. Don't
Okay.
think so.
1, 2, 3. I've got London and Debbie.
Debbie.
Hooray!
Boom.
This is 11-9 to me. Woo!
You're winning.
Woo!
Winning.
Excellent.
It's all to play
Right.
for.
I like those.
Good, isn't it? I like
Yeah.
that.
I thought I was going to have to identify where in the world it happened to be, you know, from a map, and that wasn't going to help. Right, but we're going to do some price drops, and we're going to have a break. We're going to do some price drops, and do remember, if you've got any questions, please message in. Let us know what you've been buying, what you've been getting up to at the weekend. We'll see you in a couple of moments. Bye.
Why do I love Crafty's Companion? Well, we got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant when they do their shows. They're so comical when it comes down to wrestling. I know I took the mick out of Craig with his watch. Said it must have come from a Christmas cracker, but I like his watch. I think it's brilliant. Anyway, I've had to get myself off the floor. I had to use my Burnham Hoover to suck me up off the floor, and I had to use my foam on a roll foam on a roll to keep me secured up so I don't fall over again. Because I'm still in shock, because we know Platinum Plus for life, so I'm Plat Plus. Speak soon.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric rocker blocks, Bria's misters, quilting clips, and die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue, applicators, envelopers, creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, the big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, graphics, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, dice and zinc trays, miter tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tack tape and brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, spelled quick writing pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft asphalt, press sparkle pots, Centura pan and sticky dots, pigment ink pads, chunky glue, body bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Water reactive ink pads, body bags, craft magnets, year of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, ultimate first compendium, Sarah signature collections, and don't forget discovery kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Hi, my name is Sherry Jackson, and I have been a fan of Crafter's Companion for at least 7 or 8 years now. I love Crafter's TV. I mean, what's not to love about it? They've got great products, great prices, great people that work there for them. The customer service is great. The presenters are great. Demonstrators are great. Everyone there is great. I just love all the products. I love the tutorials we get. I love all the demonstrations, the craft-alongs, the master classes. Not only do you sell the products, but you teach everyone how to use it. I love the interaction on Crafters TV. I love the fun, the game, the prizes. There's just so much about Crafters TV. There's nothing not to love about Crafters TV. You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family. I'm widowed and live alone, and every day I look forward to watching Crafters TV, whether I watch it live or whether I go back and watch the reruns. I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion, and I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for Crafters TV.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Lots of you are doing amazingly well. Looking at all the scores, it's incredible. I feel a little bit silly because lots of people are getting full marks, or certainly close to full marks. I do like a good game. Right, now we're going to do some price drops. So the first thing I'm going to show you are some cutting plates for double-sided dies. These are £19.99 or $26.99. Or platinum is £15.99 or $21.59. You get 2 of these into here, but the price drops. So they're not going to be this price. They're going to be £10. £10, $10, or platinum price is £8 or $8. That's a massive reduction. I like that. I love a good discount, because then you can buy twice as much. Right, next one we're going to do a price drop is your smooth white card. You've got 100 sheets here. It's 250 GSM, £11.99, which is a great price anyway, $15.95. The price we're going to drop it to is, guess what? £10, $10, or £8 or $8 as your platinum price. Is there a theme going on here with these price drops? We'll see. Right, next one. is your jigsaw die. Wow, this is fantastic. This is not going to be that kind of price. It's $59.99 or $69.99. So let's be honest, it's going to be something like 25 quid, something like that with a price drop. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. No.
No way.
£10? Taking that with me. £10, $10, £8 or $8. That is ridiculous kind of reduction in price. I can't work it out because my maths brain is not working. 83% saving. My goodness me. We might as well just pay you to take it away.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Right, next one we've got here is lace edgeables. These are really useful. I like these a lot. Edgeables are really good. This is $12.99 or $16.95. But if we're going to reduce it, is it going to be...
No way.
There is definitely a theme. £10, $10, £8 or $8 is your platinum price. And then we've got metallic pencils. I love these. So these are normally $12.99. Look at them. Oh my goodness, look at the colours. I do love shiny things, you're right. I was told by my somebody when I was choosing tiles that I was very much Dubai housewife because I like any kind of like glittery, sparkly things. And I was like, you're absolutely right. I love Dubai. Anything shiny is what I like. And now I've made a mess of these. Hold on a minute. Wait. Hold on. Stop. Stop the clock. I found the clue. How much are we going to reduce these down to? Hold on a minute. Let me think. No. £10. $10. £8 or $8. Last one. These are the vellum washi rolls. You've got all these different sentiments. This is the rose gold one. Now, £12.99, $14.99. Hold on a minute. £15.
No.
£10, $10, £8, or $8. Would be more expensive with £15. So fantastic price drops. Sorry? Oh yes, of course. Yeah, Taris is going to apply on those. But great deals as always. Remember, it is National Creativity Day, so we are offering 20% off various items on the website. You just need to put in the code NCD20. It's a good thing I've written it down because it doesn't roll off my tongue. Right, next thing we're going to show you is a Craftaganza. We've got Sarah, not in here, but you can see it on the screen in a minute. And if you get this before the 21st of June, because that is when we're going to be doing the classes, you'll be able to see those on the 21st and the 22nd of June, but not with me and Craig because it's our birthdays.
So, Craftaganza, if you have not heard of this before, we have been running Craftaganzas for 15 years. The very, very first one was 15 years ago. And the idea was, it is all of the classes so that you can learn everything you need about crafting. Have a little look at this video, okay? Because this can be you. The idea is we bring the crafting to you. So whether you're doing it on your own, whether you're doing it with friends, whether you're doing it with like your sister or your niece or your grandson or whatever it is, we are going to walk you step by step through 10 classes. Now there will be thousands of people from all over the world joining these classes live. So they happen on the 21st and 22nd of June from around noon in UK time, running through till 8-9 o'clock on the evening, both days. So it means we can touch all different time zones. Now, what you are getting, okay, the whole idea is you get everything you need. I'm working on the assumption that you already have a die cutting machine and some basic tools, right? And glue and things like that, right? Everything you need specific to this is that core kit that you just saw. Now, your core kit are your core alcohol pens, your core watercolour pens, you've got your finesse waterproofing pad, your finesse alcohol proofing pad, you've got your duetting pads to do the blending, you've got your Harmony water reactivating pads, you've got a set of 3 of your glitter pastes in there, you've got some things like the ribbon and the sequins that we're going to use in multiple classes. That there is that core kit. Your core kit is worth about £70, $80. That is coming absolutely free, okay? Then on top of that, for every class that we do, you're going to get your own little class kit. So for example, class number 1. Class number 1 is this one here. So to do this, you can see we're going to use our watercolour pens. We're going to use that beautiful blue duet ink pad to do all of the blending around there. But actually, it's a specific design, a specific cutout. So what we do is we open the box and we bring out class number 1, right? Now, everything you need for class number 1 is either in the core kit or it's in here.
Yes.
Now, to put this value into perspective, right? That die set alone is like a £20 die set.
Absolutely.
Right? The embossing folder is a 3D embossing folder. That's like another £6.99, £7.99 embossing folder, right? You then get the special watercolour card. You'll get the best results when you use the best paper. You've got the watercolour card. You've got the base card that we need. So a lot of people are saying, do I need cards and envelopes to get that? No, we send you the base card. We're also going to send you the card for the mats and layers, but everything for class 1 is inside folder number 1. So when we all do class 1, there's even a little stamp in there in the background for you to do. So you see this is stamped with love. Even included the little stamp, and of course your ink pad to stamp that is in your core kit. Now that is the same for every single class. So we're going to start on the Saturday. That is going to be the first class. Then, and Leanne teaches, by the way.
Okay, this is you then, the next one, isn't it?
Then I'm doing the next one, right? So now we're going to go from colouring one extreme to shape card bases. Totally different effect. Now what I love about this is I'm going to teach you how to do this card, but if you wanted to personalise it with your own photograph, I'm going to show you how you could adapt it and make it into an easel card if you wanted. So we're going to learn all the shaped card technique tuition, but then also we're all going to complete the card. So in that shape, so everything you need to do this one, have a little look at this. You've got the actual template, you've got the dies that you need, you've got the stamps that you need, you've got the different shades of grey and the cardstock, everything's been colour matched, we've got everything ready for you, the base card, it's all included. Now, after we've done card number 2, I'm staying up because I do number 3.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, number 3 is epic, right? You know, for those of you that know me, know that I love a little bit of flower forming, right? So what I'm going to do is, to do the flower forming, so many people say, I've never done flower forming before, right? You get the flower forming foam, you get the stamens, you get the papers, you're going to get the dies to do that beautiful effect, you're going to get the patterned papers, you're going to get the coloured papers for the matting and layering, and we're all going to sit together, we're all going to master flower forming. Doesn't matter if you've never done it before, doesn't matter if you've never crafted before, you're still going to learn this technique. I keep talking about my mum and my mother-in-law, brilliant to do this. They wouldn't have the confidence because they're not even newbies, they don't craft. They wouldn't have the confidence to sit down and do this. But if they were sitting with me, all I would do is get this kit out and you would be doing it together. So this is what I love about this is if you've got maybe it's a crafter and a non-crafter working together, and I'm not, Debbie's obviously quite an advanced crafter.
Absolutely,
Victoria is a very beginner, right? But you can sit and do this together. You're going to watch the tutorials, craft along together, but then the crafter can help the non-crafter get going at this. I don't want you to think this is just for people who are advanced. This is just as good for people who've never done it before. If you are a complete beginner, I would definitely recommend you doing it with a crafter. And also you need like the die cutting machine and the core tools. But if you're a relative beginner and you've got some of that kit, this is for you, right? So flower forming's number 3.
Number 3, yep.
Then, I'm going to move
this back to chivs.
This is one of my favourites, this is back to chivs. Watercolouring. Now, watercolouring when you do a raised outline emboss. So this is actually an embossing folder that we're going to do watercolouring. You're going to learn how to get the light bouncing off those. We're going to learn how to build up all those bits, right? So that is number 4. And then we're going to wrap up Friday.
I love this one. Paper piecing.
Right? Wrap up Saturday, sorry. We're going to wrap up Saturday with a bit of paper piecing.
Look at that.
Now, what I like is, by the time we get to Saturday night, so we're talking UK time, we're talking like 7, 8 o'clock now, we've decided we're going to put our PJs on. We're going to have a bit of a PJ party going on. I think it's time to get the glass of wine, maybe, or I'm bringing my velvetizer so that we can have hot chocolates with Baileys in there as well. And this is what I want you to understand. It's relaxed. It's not like being at school where it's like, come on to the next class, come on. It's going to be relaxed. The whole point is I want you to have a wonderful weekend. I want you to go away saying, this was the best weekend you ever had. You've made friends for life. You've learned so many new things. You've made these cards. You absolutely love it. You know, that is the purpose. I will be happy. I'll have done my job if you all go away going, I had the most fun. Right?
Who's doing the paper piecing class?
Me.
Oh, nice one.
I can't trust Chivs not to drink too much to be able to...
It'd be all over the place,
with
wouldn't
their glasses, she'll be like this, trying to stick them all in place, right?
So we've done Saturday.
Saturday night, but you can't drink too much because I need it fresh as a daisy. Sunday morning, we are doing this. I mean, duet.
What a way.
Now, I'll be really honest, this is above my level of expertise, right? So this is probably the most advanced card that we do. And this is all about learning to take them skills to their next level. Now, a lot of you might just sit and watch this class and think I might try it later. I'm actually going to encourage you all to sit with me, like I'm going to, and learn how to do it and have a go. Even if you don't finish the class, you're going to be then having a go. But there will be time. All those that want to finish the class will have time for you to finish the class. Then Leanne's going to stay on because she's going from duet ink blending onto stamping and masking, right? Now, I love a bit of stamping and masking, but what I'm in love with about this card is the way the light bounces off the flower.
Yeah.
So it's about learning those really advanced techniques and getting the light bouncing off. That is all going to be covered in that class. So Sunday morning, those of you in the US, or Sunday early afternoon for us in the UK, is going to be phenomenal.
Amazing.
Now, after you've done them two, you'll be ready for a little bit of a wind down.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So
Just
I'm
with you.
coming back up.
Oh,
So this is
good,
now
good.
me. I mean, I'll be ready for a bit of a wind down after I've done them two classes with Leanne, right? We're doing decoupage. So I'm going to teach you how to do dome cards, three-dimensional dome cards. You're going to get that beautiful kind of centerpiece. We're going to put all this together, and all of the decoupage is already pre-die cut. Then we're going, I mean, we're literally going from one end of the crafting spectrum to another. All card making, but all totally different cards. We're going from watercolouring there, to paper piecing, to masking, to dome cards. Shaker cards are coming next. Ben loves a good shaker
Love a
card.
shaker.
And what I want to do is, when I teach this class, because it's another one of mine,
Yeah.
I'm not just going to teach you the shaker, I'm going to teach you that beautiful background technique in there, and we're going to do a few different versions so that you can see how you can adapt it and take it different ways. And then, wrapping up the whole weekend,
Brilliant.
you'll all be crying into your
Aw.
spritzes by this point, because it's going to be finished. We're all going to do glitter paste. Now, some of you might have tried glitter paste before, but have you tried ombre glitter paste? Have you tried layering up all the different colours and building that up? That is what we're going to teach. That is what we're going to learn. Now, in this kit, you're getting the stencils. You're getting the dies to do the background pieces. You get that lovely black card. You get even the love die is included in that set. You get the spatula for that perfect application. And what I want you to understand is this is for everyone, irrespective of your level of ability. Now, I just want to touch on the pricing a little bit.
Yes.
Because a lot of people say, well, how can you afford to do all of this for this much, right? As a business, as a company, we don't do this as like a profit-making thing. We do this as a community builder, as a way of getting thousands of people all across the world to engage with our products, to use them, to fall in love with them even more. So that price that you see on your screen there, that is reflective of basically the bare minimum just to cover all of our costs in delivering these classes. Now, if you are in the US, there is no tariff to pay on this because you are buying the experience. The product is like the minority part that comes included. The experience is all delivered here from
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to start the game again. We're going to start the game again in just a minute. And just to make it abundantly clear, I'm winning. I'm winning. And apparently, if I win, Craig is going to give me his really sparkly WrestleMania watch.
I was going to what, sorry?
You're going to give me your watch.
I was going to give you your watch.
Yeah, when
You've
I
got
win.
absolutely no chance on that one happening. No chance, mate. That watch ain't going anywhere.
Right. Have you got a belt? Have you got a belt buckle?
So that belt buckle, the actual trouser belt, the buckle of it, that was from Shein, so that was just a cheapy thing.
Yeah.
But I've got like a few of their miniature title belts that have got like little bits of crystals on them, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I used to work for a company and that's what they gave people as gifts. When they got
belts?
They gave them glittery belts.
Like wrestling belts?
Well, not wrestling belts, but like belt buckles. It's an
Okay.
American company, and you, if after your first year, you could get a tie pin or like a little, a lapel pin, and then it went up, and after 25 years, you could get a crystal encrusted belt buckle.
My gosh, I'd be scared in case it got mugged.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you could use it, I think it was so heavy, you could probably use it as a weapon to stop anyone from mugging you, because it was quite hefty.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, you'd be worried that if they took your belt buckle, your trousers might fall down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, we'll start the game. Here we go. Second round. Now, this is crafty locations. So, I am Facebook. I'm going to write it up here, Facebook.
I am YouTube.
Winning. We need to work out where the crafty location is and the craft expert or
there?
experts that are hidden within.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. Ooh. I can't spell.
That's my issue. Yeah. I don't want to offend anyone though.
No, I don't know. Did you used to do that at school? You weren't entirely sure how to spell something, so you'd write it really messily, so the teacher might not notice that you've added an extra E or a...
No.
I used to do it that way.
No.
Oh, people are getting it right in the comments.
Okay.
That's no good. No, please don't send the comments to me. Right, okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
I got Tokyo.
I was thinking China.
Oh!
Well done. I'm not good with geography. Unless it's New York or London, I've got no interest.
Or Carnoustie.
Or Carnoustie.
It's next one, Newton Aycliffe. Oh my God, that is one of the oldest photos I've seen. That's from like the first year I was here. Oh yeah. I'd like to go there actually.
I would.
Yeah. I don't think you climb up the... Oh, up inside the... You must have to walk up,
It
surely.
must be.
Yeah. Oh, has anyone been? Let us know. What was it like?
Maybe
was it
on the other side, maybe there's like slopes of steps.
Or an escalator.
Or,
No?
no.
You get this...
Yeah, that's Angel of the North, isn't it?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Rio de Janeiro, Debbie and Queen Becky.
Yeah. Hooray! Oh, this is number 8. Ooh, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. Ah.
Johnny's been a little bit rude in my ear.
I'd love to go there. I've not been there. Have
Good day, mate.
you been there?
No, I'd love to though. Do you know something? It does look like Glasgow Arena. It does. It looks like the armadillo. It really, really does. Actually, no. Yeah, you don't have a restaurant like
I always
that.
thought it was one big building. I didn't realise it was lots of little buildings. Yeah. Right.
I put Sydney, Australia, and it's George.
I've got Sydney and George. Yay! Well done, everyone that's getting these right. Right, let's have a look. Next one. Oh.
Oh. Ooh, it's not the Queen's Ferry crossing anyway in Edinburgh.
Just had to check.
Is there more than one?
My handwriting is getting worse and worse. Did I look as funny as Craig just did? Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure about this one, but...
Me neither, but I left my heart in San Francisco.
Yeah. Yay! Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Something kind of...
The last one?
Jumping on my...
Last one, so it's all to play for. Really, isn't it?
Ah, no, done. As in... I can see the two people, but... Wait, that's... Guess. Oh, Johnny, that's what I was going to put. Yeah. Durham Cathedral.
I thought it was Darlington.
I thought it was your house. Always watching.
called? What was she called? Bev?
Sarah.
No. From Monsters Inc. What was she called? Mabel? Bev? Right, ready?
I've put Morocco as a complete
I
guess.
don't think. I've got Barcelona.
Oh, it's Barcelona. Barcelona. Well done, Becky.
That's the first time I think I've ever won. So we're going to choose 5 winners on Facebook, because I was Facebook and I won. We're going to choose 5 at random, and we will be letting you know who they are. You just need to email in, and then we will send you your. It's a voucher, isn't it? £10 voucher. Yeah. Right, next thing we're going to be doing is this one over here. So this is the envelope template library. So this is a really fab selection of papers and also templates to make a whole load of different types of envelopes. Now, I just sort of think that when you have spent all that time and effort making a fabulous card, you want a fabulous envelope to pop it into. So you've got a whole selection of different types of envelopes here, and they're all templates, so you don't need a Gemini. But you've got all these beautiful papers in here, so you can make the actual envelopes, but also the liners as well. They are absolutely stunning. And of course, after you've used all this paper, you can just use any paper that you happen to have, because these will just work with whatever card or paper or vellum that you're using. So that is your first item. The next one in the bundle are some fridge magnets, and then you've got this apron. Now, let's be honest, like I said, we're all filthy crafters, because that's just what happens. Everyone makes a mess when they're crafting. Really nice to have an apron that you can just keep in your craft room, that you only use for doing crafting, so you don't end up with bits of glitter or glue all over your brownies when you're using your apron for cooking as well. So this bundle is tariff free. It's £64.99 or $79.94. Your platinum price is £51.99 or $63.95. Once again, it is a tariff free item, so if you're in the US, this is one to pop in your basket. Do you remember we've got that National Creativity Day, and we've got the code NCD20, which will give you 20% off various items on the website. And the next one we're going to do is... Oh, we're going to have a play. Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I am, though. I'm going to have to come across, though, Becky, and have a flick through the templates and choose one.
Which one do you
choose
want?
one. As long as it's not a liner. You choose one. Because what I've actually done is I have...
That one.
Actually, no. The only reason being is I need to do a little slit in it. I'm going to show you with the acetate. And you can do an acetate slit, but let's just make it easy. It's Friday night, so...
That one.
Right, yo. Let's do it. Right.
Do you want some paper?
No, it's okay. I'm going to use acetate, as I just said there a moment ago.
I wasn't listening.
Right, yo. So...
I sort of heard a... And I just thought, I wonder if I've got any chocolate in my handbag.
Do you? I've just grabbed some of our heavyweight acetate that we've got just to the side of it there, and we're going to go in with the template that Becky's just given me here. And the reason being is because, of course, you can absolutely use it onto your acetate. As the one that Becky originally gave me, you could still, of course, you guys know, you can put a cut into your actual acetate. That's no problem. But, you know, just saying, of course, Friday night, let's make it a little bit easier. So all we need to do is draw around. So whether you're doing it onto the single-sided paper that you've got included, now that paper that you've got included that Becky showed, it is multi-directional. So it just means that you don't have to worry where on the paper you pop the actual template. If you are going to be using pattern paper that's got a directional image on it, then of course you just need to keep that in mind when it comes to the fold and the flap of the envelope. So I think, did that one just kind of slip out? So if it slips out, certainly something like acetate, then don't worry, you can just slot it back in with where the lines were, and then you can go back in, using obviously a black pen to make it easier to be seen. I'm going to go in here, even with the score lines, and even although it's your art liner, we can go in with our adhesive cleaner spray afterwards and take away any of these lines here. But I know lately, and I've been the same, when we've featured this, we've done it always on paper or double-sided. So it's a good way to show that you can still use them when it comes to, of course, your acetates. So it's a little bit harder to see when it comes to the outline, but the outline's there. And all that we're doing is we're doing exactly the same as what we do with our paper or cardstock. We're simply going to cut all the way round into play. Now, if you've got vellum, it would look really, really nice to do this with your vellums as well. So even though we give you the papers, think about what else that you've got at home that you could be using. And of course, it doesn't have to be just all of our papers at Crafters Companion. Use your stash, get it all used up and start to then create all these envelopes. I mean, what you could be also doing as well, say you have lost your Crafty Mojo, Becky, and you just want to just make envelopes, put them in a pack, you know, make 10 5x7 envelopes, put them in a cello pack and sell them.
Yeah.
Because you've actually made it. So of course you can absolutely do that. And sometimes just by doing something creative, sometimes that can spark the flow and it gets you started again. But we're just cutting all the way around.
Jane Adams asks, do you need construction weight acetate for envelope making?
Really good question. Do you know something? 6.5 dozen, because you're actually going to be folding it to actually make an envelope.
Yeah.
If it's flimsier, you don't need to worry. The only thing I would say though is you're potentially, if you're like me, if you're going to make it into acetate, you're going to be doing it within foiled acetate or patterned acetate, which foiled and patterned acetate are construction acetate. You don't really get a foiled and patterned acetate that's a thin acetate. You know, your thin acetate is your printable acetate, heat-proof acetate, so therefore they don't tend to be foiled. So, but to answer your question, yeah, you could do if you want to. It just means it would be completely see-through then. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, and you can do what I done this morning, Becky, and that's with a ruler and with a rounded tip, and then just start to score your lines. Because I've done it that way earlier, let's actually just go in with a scoreboard. And I'm going to line up my lines here. So whether, of course, it's acetate, whether, of course, it's paper or card, does not matter. But we can then go in, and then we're pressing. Now for acetate, I like to use that kind of spatula end on our small ball tool. So if you ever wonder what that is for, I don't know if it's for acetate, but I like using it to score acetate because it gives you that real fine point, and you can already see the edges of the envelope starting to pop upwards. So if we go in and then we press again, like so, I can move that one out the way. And then this is where, let's say for argument's sake, if you've got your adhesive spray, if not, if you've still got anything like hand sanitizer left over, Becky, if it's like a permanent pen, what we can just do is just go in there and then just wipe away that pen mark. So you're not going to see the pen mark there. So let's go round, even just round the edges. If you've still got that little bit of pen mark round the edges, you can either trim them off, you can see, start to get rid of all of that. And that is, oh my gosh, this has been hanging about since the pandemic, so it's alcohol that's in it, so you know it's not going to go off. So we can just take away all of those lines. And then love folding construction acetate because it just folds like an absolute dream.
I quite like the idea of having an acetate envelope.
Yeah, yeah. It could be a pocket if you wanted it to be. It could be an actual physical acetate envelope. Now, you're going to see elements of the card inside, but then you've got that kind of coveration when it comes to the foiled design too. So,
or if it was clear or only had a very small pattern on it, it'd be really nice to give those out at a wedding filled with flowers for confetti.
Yeah, you could do.
You see all the colours.
Or if you're putting your card in, maybe wrap it round with a little bit of vellum or tissue paper or something, then put the card in. You can do that. I'm going to give it an extra little burnish there. And then what I would also do potentially, because I know some of you be like, well, what would you do if you need to write on it? I shall show you. So even just our tape runner, going to pop, strip there, fold that one in. Going to keep just giving that really, really good burnish in there. Press that down. And then this is where, with an envelope for your acetate, what you potentially want to do is maybe like a wax seal or something.
Yeah.
Or you could do a hook and loop if you want to. But then, you know, there's the start, or essentially, there's your end of your envelope. But what you can then do is, if I take a little bit of white card, now I would, because we've got red foil there, I would take maybe our red mirror card, Becky.
Yeah.
And give myself maybe a little matting layer. So let's say 2.5 by 3.5. I would give myself a little matting layer within that luxury red or whatever colour my acetate is. And then I could then pop that into there so we can still write on it. Let's go in, give that to the recipient, press that down like so. Remember, you do have your envelope liners in there, but if you want to then, of course, use them for your construction acetate, you can absolutely do it. Maybe use that then for a little wallet for money, maybe like tickets in there if you want to as well. So don't just think about the paper or double-sided papers. You can still do it with your acetates, your vellums, etc., etc.
Fantastic. Really, really like that. I think this is a great addition to anybody that's been making cards, because it's so lovely to be able to make your own envelopes. So in this bundle, you're going to be getting the template and paper pads. You're going to be getting 3 different fridge magnets, and you'll also be getting the apron for you to use in your craft room. So the price for this is £64.99 or $79.94. Platinum price is £51.99 or $63.95. It is a tariff-free item, so just so you're aware of that. So do pop that in the basket if you want to go ahead with it. One quick question was from Zoe. Can you draw on the protective side, film side, and then cut and score before removing it? So that would be not your heavyweight acetate, would it? It would be your normal weight acetate. You know, with the protective film that you get on the... Because she said, could you draw on the protective film side and then take it off so you wouldn't have any marks on it?
Who asked that?
Zoe.
Oh my God, Zoe, why didn't I just think of that? Why didn't I just think of that? Absolutely. If you're doing your envelopes with your heavyweight acetate, yeah, don't take the protective backing off.
Yeah.
Draw on the protective backing, cut it, then peel it off.
Genius.
Well done, Zoe. Zoe, you should be here.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Zoe.
Well done.
That's impressive, isn't it?
That's really good. Great idea.
Right, the next thing I'm going to talk about is win your basket. So we have a winner. So this is somebody who purchased something during the show, and you win the value of your basket, and that is Ness Stewart. So well done. You don't need to do anything. That's just going to be refunded to your account. It'll be sometime next week. So well done, you. We also have the winners on... Should we do the winners first? Winners from Facebook. So these are Ricky Lyford, Bethan Leon, Coletta Morris, Beth Metzger, I hope I said that right, and Lynette Price. If you can email in, well done. Actually, well done me. CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. So I'll read those again. That's Ricky Lilford, Bethan Leon, Coletta Morris, Beth Metzger, and Lynette Price. Are you all right over there?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just one of those. It's one of those days.
It's one of those
Right,
days.
5 Friday night faves. We're going to have a look and see if you've got. You'll see a picture here. You win 50 bonus points. Thank you for sending them in. This first one is Amanda King.
That's so
That is
good.
impressive. I like that a lot.
That's really nice. Going in with the depth there of your enchanted ocean. Love how you've brought... Oh, so that is our sentiment range. Our... Is it Say It With... Not Say It With Style. Anyway, our big sentiment range where you can then mix and match all the different sentiments. You can do that, so you've got your dad in there. Love that one there. A little bit of the plaid pad into the backdrop as well. Great one. Love that one, Amanda. Oh, look at this one. Love this one from the Valentine's collection from Hilary. Well done, Hilary. Giving you that celebrate die. Love that one. Little pocket on the front of the card. Works out really well. How cool's that?
impressive, aren't they?
Really impressive. Then we've got, Karen's in with the Craftaganza
that.
at home. How smart's that? Must have done that on her computer, is she? And I noticed that Crafter's Companion paper, that is what you spied actually, Becky. That was
Really?
from our April Fool's Day.
Ah.
Yeah. With the TP card, Debbie done something similar yesterday. Really smart. Oh, and then look at other Karen here. Look at that. Isn't that
Oh, that's
beautiful?
beautiful. Really like that one.
Really,
Look at
really
those flowers.
beautiful.
That's lovely.
Love the hexagons in there with the floor. It's like little
Gorgeous.
daisies in there, isn't it?
Yeah. And next one is Valerie Martin. Oh, I love that one too. That's a book one. 50 bonus points to you as well. Well done. Fantastic. Yeah, make sure you get your pictures in next week. You just need to email in, is that studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk and just let us know what you've been making. I do hope you've enjoyed today. I've had a lovely time.
Good.
I've missed you lot.
And we've missed you as well. And
Yeah.
you can tell by, of course, the viewers with all the comments and that they've absolutely
Yeah, it's been
missed
lovely.
you as well. So hopefully it's not going to be too long
No.
before you're back up here
Fingers
as
crossed.
well. So
Yeah.
yes, thank you so much, Becky.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll see you soon.
What have you got tomorrow, Craig?
So I am back here with Debbie Robinson. Debbie Robinson's going to be across on there. I'm going to be on this side here. We're going to have our Marco Polo emboss and fold Craftalog. It's not actually Marco Polo. You guys know that's what I'm thinking there. Marco Polo emboss and folder. That's going to be the Craftalog. And then, of course, we're going to be into our Saturday show, Make It Saturday. So we're going to have a little bit of a play of a few items that have launched as of late. What I am going to let you know as well is we have got our craft clinic. So between now and being able to sort in, of course, that craft stash foil press show, which is coming, what we're going to do is verbally get any of your questions in for the foil press. I won't be able to demo it tomorrow, but if you've got any questions that I can answer verbally about the foil press, send them in tomorrow when it comes to the Make It Saturday show. And then what we will do is, I know the team are looking to schedule in that craft stash foil press show very shortly with myself. Any questions on that I can explain verbally, we can do that. But yes, Becky, it's been absolutely lovely.
It's been lovely to see you. Yeah,
You too.
I'll be tuning in tomorrow to watch you and Debbie after I've woken up.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Have a lovely weekend, and hopefully I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye.
Doodles.